People often ask why it's worth preserving speeches, programs, and day-to-day air cargo records. The argument is usually that only major names matter. Here we look at a different view, that detailed records and shared experiences, even from ordinary working lives, that we have recorded and reported and saved during our past 50 years of covering logistics, once reviewed, can stimulate and expand horizons ahead. A key example comes from Newark Airport in the late 1970s. In 1977 and 1978, we produced a history book about Newark Airport, including an extensive photographic record. It wasn't just nostalgia. It highlighted what was happening to Building 1, the 1934 Art Deco administration building, which by that point was being treated as expendable. That documentation ended up playing an unexpected role. Building 1 still exists today at Newark, near the cargo area, and it now serves as the manager's office. The Port Authority, after our book appeared, raised about $90 million, moved the building away from the runway area, relocated it closer to cargo operations, and restored it. Restoration teams used the book's images as reference for a modern interpretation of the original building. The case mattered because Building 1 held major aviation history. It was connected to early air traffic control in the United States. It contained the R. Gorky murals. It was dedicated by Amelia Earhart in 1935, and after decades of decline it was restored and reopened in 1998. The record also points to individuals whose roles were not always emphasized in official retellings. One was Bob Aaronson, Newark's aviation director. He intervened after seeing the building's condition and stopped ongoing mistreatment. He did not carry out the later restoration himself, but he effectively bought time for a full preservation effort to become politically possible. By the time the building was restored in 1998, he was no longer in that role. The story also includes how credit is assigned. Sue Baer, who managed Newark, presented the preservation as a Port Authority-driven effort. She was an internal driver in that system. But the broader point is that institutions can streamline history into a cleaner narrative, sometimes minimizing the earlier, less visible work done before an official project takes shape. In 2026, a separate issue brought the Newark story back into view. A major renovation plan had been proposed for the Marine Air Terminal at LaGuardia, large enough that it could have threatened its landmark status. Concerns were raised publicly, as a courageous New York Times Sunday article in November covered the issue, including comments from the son of one trip founder of Pan American Airways that made history in that place, launching first flights from New York City to Europe in 1939. After that attention, the Port Authority said the renovation press release was a mistake and committed to leaving the landmark alone. That reporting, along with related correspondence, drew the attention of Julia Bloom, editor of Metro Airport News, a publication read by airport staff and insiders across the major New York and New Jersey airports. She tracked down the 1978 Newark Airport book and revisited the Building 1 history as a relevant example of what can happen when landmark structures are managed primarily as usable space. Before restoration, Building 1 had been repurposed repeatedly, including uses such as a USPS postal facility, a United Airlines flight kitchen, and a weather bureau. Those uses may have been practical, but the impact was gradual damage to the integrity of a historic building. It became a case study in what happens when a landmark is reduced to square footage and convenience. The takeaway from the 2026 rediscovery is simple. History does not protect itself. Preservation depends on documentation, advocates, and timely objections before irreversible changes happen. The Newark book, more than 150 pages and nearly 5 decades old, resurfaced not as a collectible item, but as a record with operational value for current decision-making. As a final note, the Newark book, titled Great Airports Newark, remains available through used booksellers. Its price has risen over time, sometimes listed far above its original cost, largely because the documentation inside it, now itself 50 years out there for anybody to read and learn, his statement, turned out to be worth keeping.